sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. Appreciate everybody. Happy Friday to you, and you over there. Yeah, put that sandwich down. Yeah. Cowboys, Micah Parsons, 4-hour meeting with Jerry Wayne Jones. Let's make a deal. Deal or no deal. Cowboy Nation. What do we have here? As they say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. Brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, as well as others. 5, 4, 3.
Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Yeah, what should I say? Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all. Mama said that there'll be days, literally, just like this. Jay Lombardi says, pay the man. In order to be the man, you must beat the man. In other words of this, you must pay the man. And on the other side of it, pause if necessary. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Let me know. We got no San Fran audio. Come on with it. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Come on, baby. Appreciate you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend or neighbor know where to go when it's time, okay? So we're looking at the money. We still have $31 million, $31.5 million. So we got coins, so we're not a broke organization. We got money, and we are hearing that Jerry Jones and Micah that had a 4-hour meeting. I don't know if they playing spades, tic-tac-toe, Uno, I don't know what poker, we don't know. The Bohemian Grove ritual, skull and bones, sacrifice, I don't know. But I'm telling you guys right now that the truck need to be on its way. Do he need to call Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Truist? Let me know of the bank. Chase, I heard Chase is a real good bank. Chase, American Express, somebody help me out over here. I need a bank sponsor. Come on with it. Yeah, bring it up. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are dealing with fire. Let me say this again. We are dealing with fire. Connect 4, that was Stack Dog said, look, y'all don't want to see me on the table with the Connect 4, Yeah, it's definitely Connect 4, okay. If 4, you got to say 4, not 4, what I'm saying? You got to say 4. You got to say it like me. All right, yeah. Bank with the yacht. Yeah, somebody. Rico, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you, man. So, with that being said, how do you guys feel? Do y'all think that this deal last season, the first game after the preseason, it was noted that C. Dangerous Lamb then got his coins, his bread, his paper, his pocket chain, right? His money. Big money. I like it. Y'all can finish out the rest of it, And those are things that we are literally witnessing that this could be the same thing. Because if anybody, and I mean just that, if anybody like to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it will be Jerry Jones. He like to do the same thing.
I got yesterday talking to people at the Cowboys and just calling around the league and stuff like that is they're not joking with the request. Like right now, they're serious, it feels like. Now, I didn't get into any of that with David specifically because we were just trying to address that one thing. But I think when you talk to people around, there's a lot of people around the Cowboys right now who feel like they're not bluffing.
Because all of us are saying they're going to get it done.
Yeah, they'll get it done.
They're going to get it done. It's a negotiating ploy.
I don't think it's lost, but it's in need of repair. The way things are currently, they want out.
Oh, Bobby Belt, the insider news. And here's my thoughts. He said they want out. Now, I think it's King George, right? What's his name? If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. One monkey don't stop no show, you know. If you're going to leave, baby, well, go ahead and leave, you know. He said, ain't no one monkey can stop no show. Somebody put the lyrics down, you know. But just because someone express what they want doesn't mean that they get what they want, right? So what I'm saying is show a little fight. Because that's how you value a true person that wants to be with you. Keep in mind, people do what they want to do. Let me put that on your cranium once again. People do what they want to do. And when you start to say to yourself, Jerry, if you really, really, really want Micah Parsons, if you want him, the world will know. The world will know because overall, I get it. You got truths that you would like to say, hey, this is how I've been doing business since 1988 or 89, what have you, or 88 basically, that we shake hands, right? I don't know if he spit in it, but you can only imagine. There's a storyline a couple of weeks ago that I did where Jerry Jones made some tacos, right? Turkey tacos with raw hands, right? And then proceeded to wrap them up. And I think the lady name was Carrie Champion. Beautiful lady, by the way. And he made them eat the turkey tacos, right? From raw hand. Right? So Jerry Jones is stuck in his own way. Now, there's some people in the chat. Shout out to Sadiq. Shout out to the Basement Boys. Alfredo, Brandy and everyone else. Seabass, everyone. There's some people, they don't even give a dog if he had gloves on, and they saw the turkey get slaughtered and then been made into turkey tacos. If they don't eat turkey, they're not finna eat it, right? They said no. Now, I don't know for sure whether or not Micah Parsons and David Mulageta is in that process of saying it's not the absolute way of handling business the way we desire. Because what you did was you didn't have the prepared or the process right enough for us. So therefore, you don't value us and we don't value them. Mike says made them with the question mark. In the words of Carrie Champion, she stated the fact that, his charm was so high that it made her eat the tacos, Y'all get what I'm saying. Let me see if I can find Harry Champion on Jerry Jones. Hold on, Jerry Jones. I'm going to bring that story up one more time for context. Yeah. Yeah. Here it is. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. Come on. I'm just.
LA, and I was meeting Holly Robinson Pete there, and her husband used to play for the Cowboys at one point. Jerry Jones was sitting, and she walked up to him and said, "Hi, Mr. Jones," and he was with his wife, and he said, "Would you ladies like to join me and my wife for dinner?" And he was like, "It's a mandatory." And we tried to say no, and we couldn't say no because of his trot. And he was like,
he said it's mandatory. And we tried to say no, but we couldn't say no. he tried to say, they said, she literally said, we tried to say no, but we couldn't say no. But because of his charm, who made that song? Don't you say no tonight. Who sung that song? I know I didn't sing it because I can't hit them notes. But don't you say no tonight. Y'all put, what's that, R. Kelly? I think they were saying no to R. Kelly, though.
Like, you ladies have to try these duck tacos. It's the
not turkey tacos, duck tacos at that. So that is even worse. Come on.
best thing ever. I came all the way from Dallas just to have these duck tacos. Now, mind you, Jerry was like, "I'm going to make it for you ladies, though, because it has to be made the way that I make it." Jerry then proceeds to take his fingers, grab the taco meat, put the taco meat inside of the shell, because that's how you have to make it. But normally people would grab a fork, a spoon. He grabs it and he said, ladies, you're going to, licking his fingers. Ladies, you're going to love it.
What's your point?
Rolls up the taco and he hands it to me, and I look at it and the whole world stopped. This man literally just licked his fingers and made this taco. Not once, not twice, several times. And we
So Jerry Jones right now in a 4-hour meeting with with Micah Parsons. I can only imagine him making them duck tacos. And so you wanna get traded, right? Yeah. Yeah. You want to get traded, right? But let me tell you something. You got to eat these duck tacos first. And Micah Parsons refuses to eat them duck tacos. That's what's going on.
And that's the thing, is that I think the Cowboys have to be the ones to extend the olive branch and say, hey, we'll fix this. Because clearly if they've reached out twice, like David Mulu got a set on the record twice, they've done it, and it were these instances, and this is what we heard back. Then I think that clearly says that the Cowboys are the ones who now have balls in their court to go do something about it. But I think that it felt more real after talking to people around the team yesterday. It felt more real to me that this isn't just a leverage play. They're legitimately asking out, given what things are right now.
I hate these type of news because it's not tangible. Like it's he say because no she say in this, but he say type of stuff, and we really, in the hearts of hearts, excuse my French, but we don't give a damn. We just want to see some football. We want to see week 1, number 11 out there on the field, chasing, harassing. Right? Intimidating, putting pressure on Jalen Hurts. We want to speed up his clock, right? We want him to try to go through his progressions, but he can't. To throw the ill-advised throw, and it's a pick 6 Elam the other way, right? Or Bland. We want to, going into week 1 of even the preseason game, to not have this cloud heavy or hanging over the head of the Cowboys. Yep, in the hearts of hearts. We don't want this, right? So at the end of the day, this is sickening because we're expecting different results, but this guy is continuing doing the same thing in the same nature. So that's what I'm getting at. Don't beat me up. But that's what I'm seeing. So this process we don't like. We are all eating right now raw hand without being washed duck tacos, and they being wrapped up and they being served. They being served. and some of us just got to eat it. You know, that's what's going on. Put a little sriracha, hey, hot sauce. Chaluta, whatever that name is, with the lady on the bottle. Yeah, no Tabasco on tacos. Yeah. Give me some of that. We as Cowboys been eating this raw hand duck taco for 30 years, 30 seasons. They've been feeding us this, right? We got to eat this stuff, man. I'm tired of eating this, man. Yeah, man.
What's your point?
Jerry, just stop trying to cook. Let someone else cook. Put Charlotte back there or somebody, Jean Jones or somebody. Put the wife back there. She can handle, if she can handle you, I know she can handle a lot of bull sugar. So let her make the food. Put them damn raisins out of that potato salad, though. Yeah, but at the end of the day, just downright punishment, Sean B. Miller. And we we didn't ask for this, stack dogs, finger licked and good. Hey, man, did you wash your hands? Don't worry about it. Yeah. So with all of that, hopefully this weekend that we don't have to mention another Micah or Parsons or Micah, his whole government name, Micah Aaron Parsons. We don't have to mention this. We don't have to mention this again because he will be paid. And it will be a contract that the Joneses done paid $11 million. Look, I'm looking at the numbers now. They going to pay $11 million more than what they could have or should have paid. APY. They're going to pay $11 million more. So Micah Parsons is about to have a deal that's $42 to maybe $43 million, right? He may have one. But keep in mind, I want to let y'all know that this could have all been done if Jerry allowed someone else to prepare them damn duck tacos. They would have put gloves on, it would have been sanitary, and they would have been able to serve us this duck taco last year.
Thursday, with multiple sources telling ESPN he's dealing with, quote, back tightness. Although Parsons has requested a trade, sources told ESPN the Cowboys have yet to receive a call regarding a trade for the star pass rusher. Hey, Dak Prescott, has the idea of Micah not being on the Cowboys crossed your mind at all?
No, not necessarily. I think if I wouldn't have been in his shoes and have watched other guys be in his shoes and get rewarded, maybe. But I feel like it was last year. I've got faith in the Jones and the team, as I do in Mike and his team.
That's a cold-blooded hat right there. I'm mad that I didn't get one when I was down there. Here's the thing. Yeah, that hat cool. If y'all like that hat, let me know in the chat, man. That hat up there, that one dope right there. Here's my thoughts. Just because Dak went through this doesn't mean that this is the way to do this, right? DeMarcus Lawrence went through this doesn't mean that you have to go through this, right? Lamb. Let me name some more people. Trayvon Diggs was very swiftly. And I think that even the Joneses they was about to start the smear campaign, and all of a sudden they said, no, we got the paperwork. He signed. I think Trayvon Diggs was like, man, my brother got money. Hey, I got all of these things. He already got, shout out to my guy Trayvon Diggs. I'm not shooting any shades at him. But the dude already got 7 kids, man. He ain't even 25, 26. So he was like, man, let me just get this money. And that way I can go do what I need to do on the off season. Hey. It did state in that word when I was reading it, it said replenish the earth. So Trayvon Diggs got diglets everywhere. He replenishing his earth. So, yeah, Zeke had to do it. A whole bunch of people had to do it as far as fighting for their money. But I'm telling y'all right now that by Dak Prescott saying that he got a lot of faith in the front office, then I think we should have a lot of faith in the front office about getting this paper, this bag, Yeah. He have 7 kids. Yeah, Nigel. That's crazy.
Cowboy.
so Graz, Dak seems pretty confident that a deal's going to get done. Are you just as confident?
Well, he's pretty confident that Mike is going to play for the Cowboys this year, and I think that's different than a deal getting done. Because Dak can say all he wants about how he's been through it and it's worked out, but once upon a time, Dak Prescott was franchised and played a year on the franchise tag, and the Cowboys were ready to do it a second time until he got a last-minute deal done back in the spring of 2021. So,
and not all players love to play on the franchise tag. The franchise tag. And money hungry, you're right. Publicity stunt. Yeah, this could be all that this is. But not everybody wants to play on the franchise tag. It is the NFL version of the promissory ring. The franchise tag states, I like you, but I don't love you. And the franchise tag, when you have a star-studded player to make it all the way to the franchise tag, meaning that I'm willing to penalize the entirety of the team to see your worth and value. Law, what do you mean? Because with the franchise tag, you can't prorate that money, you can't spread it out. You missing out about 3 or 4 other people that you can bring to the table. The franchise tag is the equivalency of a payday loan, a title cash loan place, or one of those cash advance places. Have you ever noticed in wealthy neighborhoods, you don't see those businesses there? Because they know for sure there's no good. There's no good to go get a title loan to borrow $2,000, you end up spending back $5,000 to $10,000 just to get $2,000. And then you end up missing one payment. They take your car too, So what I'm getting at is that these check cashing ideologies of franchise tagging, if you do your research, most successful teams don't even play around with the franchise tag because they know that the overall it hurts and cripples the team. Now, if you don't see value in said player, if you have reservations in said player, my go-to punch would be trade him. Just go ahead. Release the hound. See what you can get in return. I don't want someone that's in the middle with me. Either you're going to be extremely hot for the nation or you're going to be cold. Don't be playing around in the middle. And that's what the Cowboys front office been doing with some of their players. We can never recoup that franchise money tag that they did on Tony Pollard. We can never get back those coins that we franchise tag Schultz with. Those are hard cap hits to a degree. By us franchising, tagging both of those boys, that put us out of the reach to go get a Derrick Henry, right? And all he was asking for $6 million. We ended up giving Tony Pollard 11. Hard cap, straight up. So if the Cowboys in their ideology, if they thinking that they want to bring back Micah Parsons, let him play out this year, and then they see what his results are, whether it's going to be north or south, and what you're banking on is that he is going to give you some similar numbers from the last year, right, this year. And it could backfire on you because in a franchise taggable year, he can give you unbelievable results. But here's the low-hanging fruit for most of the Cowboy fans. They quantify postseason results with the individual player, not coaches, not overall team, but individual players, to a degree that there's a third of the Cowboy fan base to say, hey, Parsons, he's not a game changer. Parsons, he's a one-trick pony. Parsons, in the 4 playoff games that we played in, or he played in, he got only 1 sack. He Tupacing around here. He only got 1 sack. We need more than 1 sack out of 4 playoff games. But they do not quantify the coaching and the other levels of skill sets that other players has been exhibiting.
The thing to understand here is the Cowboys are dug in. Jerry Jones has, for some reason, taken it very personally that the deal he thought he had negotiated back in March didn't seem to be a binding one in the eyes of Micah Parsons. And right now, the Cowboys' position is, yeah, we can franchise you. We can franchise you twice. Micah Parsons is not in a position where he can sit out the season and get what he wants. His contract would toll. He'd be in the exact same position this time next year. So the Cowboys do hold some cards, and they're waiting for something to change, and I guess in terms of Micah Parsons' stance. But it's an ugly situation that does not seem to be progressing toward a conclusion. And in the end, it could be the Cowboys just dare Micah Parsons to not show up and tell him, hey, you're under contract. Let's talk about this next offseason.
You know, Dak could have said just about anything there. Should he be saying more?
많은 사람들에겐 사진 보정이 지루하고 긴 여정이죠. 검색 지옥에 갇히고 PS 기술
To get a deal done for his guy?
Hey, man, I don't know where that came in from. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right, now we better. Okay. That boy started speaking Spanish and Chinese and Japs, you know.
For his guy?
I know this. If I'm making $60 million a year and I know my money is guaranteed, what I would have said in that clip, hey, we need Dak Prescott. For us to get to where we need to go, the destination, which is a Super Bowl, NFC Championship game, and whatever it may be, we need Dak Prescott on this field. We need him to get paid. That's what I would have said. And I would have been very direct looking into that camera saying it too.
Meanwhile, Aaron Donald and Parsons had some fun on social media.
I think he meant to say that. I mean, he got me mixed up. I think he meant to say Parsons, right? Not Dak. Shout out to ESPN new crew. But konnichiwa. Whatever they were saying, Chinese too, man. My bad, man. Hey, if we offended any Asian community, man, you know, shout out to y'all. I love y'all, man, and continue to support the nation. Y'all get what I'm saying. I'm from Mississippi. yeah, the Asian community. We are the Asians. We are now against law. Come on with it.
Media with Donald saying, quote, if Micah Parsons goes to the Rams, I might have to call my trainer and get in football shape. How unreal would that D-line be? All right, keep that in mind. Your thoughts, should Dak be saying more?
Well, I mean, listen, I guess we're going to entertain this up for.
No. Dak got nothing else to say. Nothing else to say, ladies and gentlemen. Dak Prescott is in a position whereas this goes back to what are we doing here, Jerry? We don't need to be talking about another man's money. We don't need these players to even waste time on money. I'm going to say this again. One of my favorite movies that I always have it here in my soundboard. And it's the 300 movie. And when the barbarians and the Spartan warriors, 300 guys, went to go fight the Persian army, the barbarians said, hey, you only brought a handful of guys, man. We can't beat the Persians. Their arrows will black out the sky, man. And the guy asked the barbarian, what is your profession? And he was like, hey, man, I'm a blacksmith. What is your profession? Hey, man, I'm a carpenter. What is your profession? Man, I do nails, man, you know. What's your profession? Hey, man, I do hair. And then he turned around and he asked the Spartans, Spartan, what is your profession?
Spartans, what is your profession?
Yeah. The Cowboys, every single week, their professions should be week 1. Hey, we kill eagles, man. No offense to the United States bird or what have you, but we kill eagles. Week 2, oh my goodness. We kill Goliaths over here. Yeah, we Davids. Yeah, the David boys, right. Week 2. Every week, that should be our professions. We shouldn't be talking about money. We shouldn't be talking about a contract, this and that, dragging this out, asking other guys what you think about his money and this and that, and possible trade allegations, So it's crazy. Yeah, we slay giants around here. Yeah.
For television because we're about entertainment. But, listen, if that were to happen, obviously Aaron Donald would Aaron Donald's in phenomenal shape anyway. So, that would be pretty scary. But there's no way in hell that the Dallas Cowboys is trading Micah Parsons, one of the best.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The Bears TV. What week we play the Bears? Y'all put that down. He said the Cowboy profession is losing. And stop it, you high law. What you mean? Because if our profession is losing, then what the hell is the Chicago Bears if you are a Bears fan? What are y'all profession? To lose more, to never win exactly since 19 of 85, even though we've been since 1995, yours been since 85. What is your profession, unless you're not the Bears, In the words of Jerry Jones and them, where he at? Jerry!
What's your point? Okay, so what?
No doubt. Yeah, so we understand. We can go back and use resources to let y'all know. Hold on. Got some developing news. Okay. Oh, they're bringing back my guy. Hey, y'all, we about to sign a new player. Breaking news. Oh my God. Wait a minute, where we got? Breaking news, the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back a running back. Do y'all know who he is? He used to play with the silver and blue and the star on the side of his helmet. Hey, yes, they bringing back a running back. I'm not finna get y'all. Let me quit live. They bringing back Malik Davis. I wanted to troll y'all so bad and say, yeah, they about to sign Elijah Elliott. To be 1,000 with y'all. To be 1,000 with y'all. I like Malik Davis. At some point of a time, Malik Davis was the Bear 24. Well, I haven't to all these Bears, but I know you've been following the channel for a minute, Bear 24. But he's a long boy. But here's what I'm going to say. At some point, Malik Davis was ahead of Rico Dito, right? Malik Davis got into it with, I can say it now. What's this guy's name? He coaches for the Saints now. Is their head coach. Kellen Moore. He got into it with Kellen Moore. Out of stupidness, they sent him home. They told him not to practice. And we just came off of a win versus I want to say the Buccaneers in that playoff game. And he wanted to get more reps, more opportunities to showcase his talent in that game because we had beaten the brakes off of the Bucs, and they didn't put him in there. And to make a long story short, he got into it with Kellen Moore as well as one of the running back coaches there, and they decided to healthy scratch him the next game. Well, we played against the 41ers. Out of sure need to be right, we macho. We going to do it our way, not no one else way. They decided after Tony Pollard broke his foot or leg, whatever in that game, it's 2nd and 2. Instead of putting Malik Davis in there, these rascals goes empty, and Dak Prescott drops back and he throws it to the other team. I can't make this stuff up. But throughout the course of that year, your boy was working in those short areas of the red zone, and his name wasn't Ezekiel, it was Malik Davis. But the Cowboys ended up doing that process, and it was just crazy. All I can say is I hope that Malik Davis, when he works out and try out for the team, that he gets some meaningful, reps and these sorts of things and get things moving and grooving. Right? Not saying that he's the end-all, be-all. He is the definition of a camp body. Some of the things that we was talking about yesterday about us being razor blade thin, and I'm getting the reports here that's updating here as we speak, the fact that Jadon Blue will not be playing this weekend. Brevin Spann-Ford, from what I'm getting details on, will not be playing this weekend. And let me make sure we are looking at this. Of course, Jake Ferguson is not playing this weekend for back contusions and stuff like that. So the Cowboys have signed Malik Davis, and offensive lineman Rob Jones have been moved to injury reserve. So Rob Jones with that neck, he's going to be out for a long time. Okay, so. And Jake Ferguson is back at practice today. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. And, of course, Overshown boots on the ground. Yeah, I like seeing that. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens coming out of the tunnel, the chute there. That's good. Last night on the Cowboys Collectives, we talked about this to the extent. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Yeah, Daniel M. Yeah, just go ahead. Look, I don't know why the Cowboys do this, but just go ahead and take that guy out for the year. Bro, if I broke a bone in my neck, yeah, Daniel, if I broke a bone in my neck, I'm taking the whole year off. Paid time off at that. But neither here nor there. We talked about this, and we said last night on the Cowboys Collective, man, we would love to see a series of these two right here. Just one series. What I'm seeing is most teams are using preseason 1 as their dress rehearsal. Dress rehearsal game is preseason 1. Now, I'm not finna talk about average, good, great, elite as it relates to quarterback play. Y'all can place Dak wherever you guys want to place him at. Whether he's, in your opinion, below average, good, great, elite. I don't know, nothing is higher than elite, right? But I always said Dak Prescott is a great quarterback. I didn't put him in the elite category. But there are quarterbacks that been in the elite category, and I'm not beating up Dak, by the way, that played preseason game. Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, these boys playing preseason games. I just saw just the other day Joe Burrows playing in a preseason game. So it questions my mind if these guys can play in the preseason game. They got multitudes of Super Bowl trophies. Tom Brady got more Super Bowl trophies than the Cowboys organization and franchise, and he played in preseason game. My point of it is, granted, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Destiny will arrive all the same. And if you thinking, I don't want to play my quarterback because I saw the Colts quarterback get folded, right? If you have that mindset and that notion that, man, I'm trying to save injuries and stuff, the football guys say, okay, that's okay. You can't dodge it. That's what I learned about life. You can't dodge stuff, man. I went back and watched the first Final Destination. I saw the last Final Destination. You can't skip death. You can't skip injuries. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Whether it's in preseason, now we can mitigate the risk and say, hey, we don't want that. But you are throwing a ice cold quarterback out there week 1 against a divisional foe. I don't want that. If these other guys can be out there, damn it, Dak Prescott can be out there with CeeDee Lamb versus the Rams and Pickens. Stop playing scared, Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we try to mitigate the risk. Why? It's been 30 years, 30 seasons.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say,
I am. Jeez, man. Dak also hasn't played in a game in like 8 months now. This is T-Jack. I like it. I like it, T-Jack. Come on, speak some sense into these folks. People don't give a damn, you know? Dak haven't played in 8 months. It's enough time almost to meet a lady, find a lady, knock her up, and the baby about to be born. And the baby be king, goo, 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 ga, 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 before this man can throw a football again, right? In a real game. So what people would do is still have the same expectations week 1 that he got to play flawless, right? He got to be in tip-top and good shape. Nah. Toxic Tom says, nah, Law, we are just fucked. Oh, my God. Damn. Yeah, man, so get it out. Look, I'm not calling him soft or anything because Dak Prescott built like a fullback. He's a big boy, right? But if he haven't played football, he haven't played a real live game in 8 months, meaning that he haven't got rocked in 8 months. He haven't got hit. He haven't seen live ammunitions where people are diving low at the leg. Can he take a hit at the knee? Can he take a hit on the back of that hamstring? Can he take a hit on the chest and get back up unfazed? Granted, it is a situation, but I'm just telling y'all, I don't want that for my starting QB. I need for him to get out there in preseason, and I know people are out there trying to make the team, trying to earn their name, but I would rather for him to be slinging that ball around and maybe getting picked off in preseason, looking terrible in preseason, opposed to looking like that week 1. Soft tissue issues, injuries happens. Yes. Granted, I know we can play devil's advocate and be like, well, Law, if he get hurt, then we are just doing the same thing that even Tony Romo did in 2016. He had no business playing in that preseason game. Well, be smart. Tony had no business running. You know, he had no business. Throw that damn ball away, get out of bounds, Tony. Tony was like, shoot, that young whippersnapper, Dak Prescott, is throwing that ball all around in the Rams game. Let me show y'all what I can do. Tony felt that pressure. Yeah. Tony felt that pressure, y'all, and he was doing a little too much against the Sea Chickens that day. And I can't stand the Seattle Seahawks. I can't stand them. They hit Tony Romo from behind and snapped his back, his collar, and everything. He was out. It is literally what he sounded like when he got hit. And I'm not laughing at him, but I'm just saying what happened, Speaking of that, Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer states Brett Favre is the only other QB he's been around that could throw the ball like Joe Milton. But he thinks Milton might have an edge in distance. Schottenheimer called Milton pass piss missiles. I'm reading that right? My hooked on phonic eyes, Mississippi eyes. Is that piss missiles? Is that what he called it? Man, Shotty, wow, boy. Brett Favre is a strong arm guy. And to say with your straight face out here that Joe Milton can throw just like Brett Favre, but even harder and stronger and faster, that's crazy. Yeah, that triple aces, that's a high praise. But if you watch, and I don't want you guys to think that just because you're speaking glowingly of one quarterback, that it dismisses the other quarterback. No, what I'm saying is, boy, we got us a diamond in the rough, Yeah. Favre used to throw the ball hard as hell, Yeah, that's from Dramatic, yeah. And, people fingers and stuff, phalanges, we be everywhere. That's more of a baseball term. Okay, but a praise. Okay, I didn't know that. Appreciate. Shout out to all of the people that play baseball, man. Piss missiles. Okay, that's what this is. Yeah, your piss missiles. yeah, streams. J4 on the drum says with 40% accuracy. Michael Irvin used to say, just get the ball in the area. The area code. He got a wide range, and he'll be able to pull that ball up out of the sky. Yeah.
See Micah Parsons getting some rehab work. How's that progressing?
Yeah, he got some work done on his back yesterday. I think it's going good. He was doing some of the stuff in the mock last night, so it's always good to see him moving around. But I think it's going well.
Y'all killing me with this.
What a coincidence. I'm telling y'all that this was the greatest PR that the Cowboys could exhibit and exude straight off of that comment there. Oh, my gosh. He says, he's literally said Parsons was getting some work done on his back. A whole day later, right? And somehow Jerry was getting work done on his back. Both of them boys not being in the same place at the same time. That's wild, right? Yeah. Come on, man. You don't have to bullshit us, man. Just say that he didn't show up to practice. He probably reached out to Jerry and said, man, I'm not coming to practice. I'm just speculating. I'm not coming to practice today until we get something done, Jerry. And Jerry says, now, hold on. Now I want you to wait just a minute here, and or Jerry was saying, hey, look, we about to get something done, but you need to be here in practice or we're going to fine you $50,000.
What's your point?
And Jerry was like, all right, where you at? Let's meet up. Just me and you. Mano y mano. Man to man, eyeball to eyeball. Let's find a small room where we can sit down knee to knee, right? And let's see where we can get things done, And that's what happened.
Getting closer to possibly practicing with you guys?
Again, still one of those things day to day. You just kind of keep an eye on it. And, again, he's doing all the things that we need him to do.
Frontier, DLLS Cowboys. What's your philosophy on starters in the preseason? Do you have one, and how does you plan to implement what you plan to do with your starters this week?
Yeah, I think I do have a philosophy, number one, and it's a philosophy kind of that I've generated over the years. I obviously reserve the right to change my mind if I want to, based on how we're doing out here in practice against ourselves and things like that. But I'll be general in what I say. But there's a handful of guys that won't play. But there's really, when you look at it, you have a target set of numbers that you want to get throughout the preseason. So maybe the number is 40 for a player. So maybe that's 10 to 15 plays tomorrow, another 25 or whatever against, Baltimore, and then you decide the third game. Our players are aware of kind of where they are going in this game. I'm not going to get into all the specifics because it'd take me forever. It'd be the only question I answer. But the philosophy is, again, there's certain guys that we feel like, hey, you know what, we don't need to see them play in this first game, but that could certainly change going into the next game.
No doubt, no doubt. It's not your philosophy. This is the Joneses' philosophy. You may have had a philosophy, Shotty, but you no longer hold the rights to those philosophies anymore. It is literally Jerry's and Stevens in front office philosophy. Yes, indeed. Smoke 140 says piss missiles. Yeah, that's a SIP thing. Okay. I didn't know, man. That's a Mississippi thing, man. But that's what he said. I just know when we were young, we were baited. No, I can't take it there. It's still too early.
Preseason since 2019, I believe, and I don't know. Certainly, he had missed the last 9 games last year. Is the
shout out to you, Kimberly.
And stuff you do, teamwork here, enough to get him ready for the Eagles?
I think so. Yeah, I think we're getting some great work, and the Rams thing was great for us just because when you look at it, Clarence, it's like the pass rush was different. It was intense. We had a great practice yesterday, very physical, which you guys know from being out here. I was really proud of that. But Dak's a guy that at the end of the day, he's seen a lot of football. He's played.
Y'all smell that? I smell bull sugar, man. Watch the countenance on his face.
When you look at it, Clarence, it's like the pass rush was different. It was intense. We had a great practice yesterday, very physical, which you guys know from being out here. I was really proud of that. But Dak's a guy that at the end of the day, he's seen a lot of football. He's played a lot of football. I will step back and laugh for a second. So my old man, he had a philosophy that in the preseason, everybody plays.
Man, shoot. You the head coach, man. Put his ass out there. Put Dak out there. Put Dak out there. Scared money make no money. What he is in fear of is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. They got a quarterback that's getting $60 million APY, $250 million, that he is scared. He's scared to put him out there, and he get banged up and he's out for 4 weeks or he's out for the rest of the season and he have egg on his face. But scared money make no money, y'all. And everyone needs to play, dog, And I'm sitting here seeing Joe Burrows, who getting paid $250 million. Jamar Chase, $40 million, man. T. Higgins, 30-something million. We can see it. Money out there on the field versus the Eagles.
So story goes, 4th preseason game, LaDainian Tomlinson, MVP of the league. Hey, LT's playing. And the coaches are like, are you sure? He goes, oh, yeah, he's playing. So then he went to Cameron. He goes, here's the deal. Call a pass where he's free releasing, And then he goes to Drew Brees and says, whatever you do, do not throw the ball to 21. So he ran a swing route to our, I'll never forget it. He ran a swing route to our bench. Okay, Drew threw the ball somewhere else, and LT just kept running over to the sideline, took his helmet off, and sat down. But he played. So I'm like, that's another way to do it, you know? But I always remember thinking, interesting. So everybody plays, but it was like under no circumstance you throw the ball to that guy. Because I think, you know, it's just, you know, these guys that know how to play the game, they know how to play the game.
Yeah. You're right, though, Sheldon. You know, you're right. He can't take that risk. His first year law, let him get his feet wet. And I agree. I agree with that. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. I exactly understand that if you coaching for the Cowboys, it's a year-to-year thing, right? It's difficult. You can't appease everyone. We got our first super chat of the day. Appreciate you.
Conley Jones, $10. Damn it, he's not Tom Brady. Just play the man and not bullsugaring. If he's that injury happenings, then Joe Milton era starts now.
Yeah. I think that every year we have a meaningful, like a serious injury on this team that set us back. Every year we have one of those crazy injuries. I think, and I could be, Lamar Jackson said, I feel you. And across the league, of course, we can talk about who sat out, who played, who didn't play, what philosophy. I'll never forget, and I'm going to get to this point, though. I'm just long-winded. Y'all just bear with me. The greatest point in the 2000 era, there was a quarterback named Peyton Manning, the greatest regular season quarterback probably of all time, put up crazy numbers. And by week 13, week 14, they done already birthed a playoff. Like they literally had a Jet 2 holiday before the postseason. And there was a notion between the two of how you handle that. Coach Tony Dungy rested his players before going into the postseason, right? And Bill Belichick played his players all the way through. Even though they was in a terrible division, the Bills twice, the Jets twice a year. Like, Tom Brady literally fell into the land of flowing of milk and honey, right? And two different type of philosophy. One rested, the other one played. The one that was more successful was the team that didn't have to get up or catch back up to speed in the postseason, right? Because I'll never forget that there was times that the Colts would clinch and they'll go to the postseason. They will already have the wild card bye week because they didn't play wild card. And there will be announcers saying that Peyton Manning haven't thrown the ball in competition in 4 weeks. And the damn Colts, they get to the postseason, and lo and behold, they lose. Granted, it's the Colts. Nobody cared about them. But they continuously were a one-and-done team. Look it up. Y'all think I'm lying. Like, Peyton Manning postseason records wasn't really good, you know. But what I'm getting at is that it is for what it is, two different philosophies. But I think that when you play to the pureness of the football, I think the football gods kind of look out for you, you know. But when you try to cheat the system outside of cheating the system like Bill Belichick, I think that these things happen. Like crazy, weird ASS incidents happen, you know, weird bouncings of the ball. Like, people fail to realize Peyton Manning would throw the ball to the other team real crazily, right, in the postseason. Because he wasn't really in rhythm. Peyton Manning should have at least 4 Super Bowl rings. At minimum, he should have 4. They gave him his second ring because the NFL Illuminati people, they said, man, you know what? We just can't have Eli having more rings than Peyton. Eli should have had more rings than Peyton. But you ever notice the Denver Broncos, when they made it to that Super Bowl, they're like, yeah, he going to get it there. And then he didn't get it. The Seattle Seahawks came out of nowhere. They turned Cap off. They turned injuries off. They made sure they turned the caps off. Y'all remember that? Who remember that? They turned the cap rule off for the Denver Broncos. They went and got all type of weapons on defense. Look up that defense for the second Super Bowl that Peyton Manning won. They had no business beating the Carolina Panthers. That was all bought. They made the field slippery. Look, people talking about this and that, but Cam Newton, he was throwing it to Funches and stuff. Man, he wasn't throwing it to no – you can't even name me one offensive weapon that the Carolina Panthers had in that game. But Cam Newton. But that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah.
Can you give us an update on Blue Deuce? I mean, it seemed like you're going to be challenged on Saturday.
Yeah, again, I'll get some more information when I go in there. We're a little bit challenged. We got some good backup plans organized. We got some athletes that you guys might see toting the rock a little bit, and we'll do some fun things with those guys. Hey, we might have to just go all 5 wides and getting empty and slinging around a little bit. You know, I mean, that's old football. Back, I used to do that, on Thanksgiving weekend with my family, just getting empty and spread it out. Again, I'll get more information about the injury guys. But we're a little thin at that spot, but that opens up opportunities for other guys. And again, you guys know I'm big into cross training. And
wow. Oh, my God, Action Pals. Peyton Manning drops back 14-13 in playoff record with 9-1 and done. Rex! I didn't even know that was the numbers there. God, dog, boy. I can't take this no more, Rex.
Hopefully we stay pretty healthy in this game.
Brian Todd Archer of the ESPN. Cooper Rush was a reliable backup for years here up behind Dak. Joe's untested. How important are these preseason games for him to, not only for himself, but for you guys to have complete faith that he can do it if needed?
Yeah, well, I think we have faith in Joe already. I think that's the first thing I would say, Todd. But it's incredibly important. You're talking about a guy that hasn't played a whole lot of football, not just in the National Football League, in college. I mean, some of these guys coming out of college, they've got 5-6 years worth of starts, and every rep that Joe gets is critical. So he'll play a ton of football, and he's going to do some great things. He's going to make some mistakes. That's part of preseason football. Shit, I'll make some mistakes. Being a first-time head coach, and that's why we do preseason. And but the reps are important for him just because every chance he gets to stand back there and have to, what I say, drive the car, which is the move of the offense and things like that, he's learning. And he's learning on the run. And I think he's as excited as anybody to go out there and compete.
And then with Rebel, where is he in his recovery return rehab?
Yeah, I think, again, I had a little swelling, a week, 10 days ago, but I think, he's doing really good now. And again, I'm not going to put a timeline on him, but I think he's back to where we kind of want him to be.
It states here, Brian Schottenheimer says the rookie Chevron Revels have a little swelling 7 to 10 days ago, but he'll be back where they want him to be in his recovery process. That's what he's saying out for that. Since we short for time, I just want to say this with the coaching decisions. As he know that there will be some rookie mistakes, right? And that there will be some growing pains. He just lamented that, which is cool. I'm not going to bash him for that. That's life, right? When you're first time ever doing anything, ain't nothing like the first time. Don't rush the kid, right? Jay Lombardi. I wish that we as a fan base had the mental maturity to at least, I get the resting of the quarterback. I'm not going to fight you guys on that back and forth. I wish we had the mental capacity to allow us to see Joe Milton with the number 1 team, Dan. You know, since the quarterback is not able to play out there in preseason or what have you, let's get some good, healthy reps in with the ones, and let's see how that offensive line will work. I get it. That Rams practice, that they are using this joint practice as a meaningful rep, let me just be real with y'all. That's bullshit, man. That ain't no real work. That scripted stuff, you ain't taking nobody to the ground. I can't take no team serious if they using that joint practice. Oh, man, we got some good stuff out of that, man. Yeah. Man, that ain't real, man. Man, we played football, man. They could have threw us out there. We'd have got burnt. But, man, that ain't no real football, man. That's a glorified, hey, man, you want to play some two-hand touch? Yeah, man, let's go, man. I would have rather for them to just have the flags out there. Just play flag football against the Rams. Make it a tournament thing. Because that's what it was. I'm tired of us being soft and mentally soft with this mentality of saying that joint practices is enough to quantify that is even a preseason game. Man, you stop that, man. Just play some real football. Add another preseason game to it and get some real, true evaluations going. Oh, man, we saw enough, man. It was joint practices. Man, what have that done for us? Since we've been doing this joint practice, what are the results? Everyone have a reason, but what are the results? So let's see some real stuff out here, man. That's all I'm saying. All right, so at this point, at this time, you got to get in control. And I'm not just saying control of your mind, but you got to be in control of your odor. And the best odor control that you can be in, let me talk to you guys about this. Oh, I thought it was this, but it's not this. My bad. I meant to say this then, since it's not there.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Let's get it, Cowboy Nation, and anyone that's listening. With that, be sure to reach out to our partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They're located here in the heart of Dallas, 214 or 817, and all of the threes you can dial. If you've been fender bent, T-bone, slip and fall at work, fool around, climb the ladder to the top of the roof, and somebody removed the ladder, and you stuck on top of the roof, and you've been there for days. Well, you need to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Let them know what's going on. They are here for you. They got over a combined of 100 years of experiences. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't dial that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com. Someone there will be able to assist. B. Bird states the Rebel Rehab with the Cowboys, asking for a friend. Call on in, 657-390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind. Yeah. From Hood D. Kush, 215 Basement Boys. You're live on the Nation from the 215. Talk to me.
What's good, Law? Jack, how's everybody?
None much, man. Hold on, I got a super chat. Hold on for a quick
Conley
second.
Jones, $5. Preseason bad play brings the necessary criticism of subpar players that the fans know is suspicious, so it's not good for the Joneses.
I'm going to expound upon that one, Conley. Appreciate you for your support. But Hood Quavius, man, Cusherton, man, what you got for me, man?
No. First, you're going to expound on that there super chat.
Okay, expound on it. My guy Jones state, and I don't know if he related to Jerry, but he said preseason bad play brings out the necessary criticisms of subpar players, and the fans know. But see, here's the thing. I think that our fan base is not to the maturity level to understand that we be used as clickbaits, as memes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time that you can make your openly mistakes. There's no such thing as mistake-free football. So what you want to do is, in order to prepare yourself, your mindset together to get to the ways that you want to be at, you got to go through some hardships, some losses. You learn more from your failures than your success, but you miss 100% of the targets you don't take. And the Cowboys, in my opinion, by them being in such a fear of injuries, that creeps into the mind, and it opens up the multiverse, right, for that injury to still settle in. When you saying, hey, I want to play it safely, I don't want to be able to step out on faith and play a freaking preseason game, right? You need to get the true evaluation of your team and get these guys in so that you know for sure who belongs. Last year, Jalen Tolbert had, excuse my French, had no damn reason to sit out preseason one. He needed to be out there.
Yes, he did.
He needed to be out there. And this is a problem, a micro problem that is spreaded upon the Cowboys organization and franchise, whereas we operate out of comfort. Other teams operate out of fear that they could be losing their job, and they could be Uber Lyft and Uber Eats around this bug. So they're going to make sure that they bring forth the best possibility for the best outcome. But the Cowboys play it safe. Now, I don't like playing it safe that way. But go ahead, bro.
All right, so I'm going to expound on that as well. When it comes to preseason, I see it like this, right? So we don't know what Shotty plans to do.
Facts.
We don't. We can only speculate, right? So in my speculation, it goes in the and fear, right? The fear is don't want Dak to get hurt. The fear we don't want a CD to get hurt. We don't want Micah, Sim, you know what I'm saying? We don't want the who's who of the Cowboys to get hurt. Well, Shotty already broke it down to the face an injury while still playing.
Hey, where you at? Where you at, Hood Quavius, man? Are you still in the basement? Because I can barely hear you, bro. You break it up real bad.
In my car. I'm doing housework.
My dog, I can hear only every other word, man. Hey, can I just circle back to you, bro?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me circle back to my guy, man, you know, because Hood Quavius, the Cusherton report, it was mixed up, you know. I didn't want to do the Matrix. I didn't want to hit him up with the sonic air bubbles either. But y'all don't shank me with the butter knife, ladies and gentlemen, you know. I'm not panicking over here at all. I want to say it, is he in the basement because he's the basement boys. I'm not beating him up. But I'm not pressing the panic button. But I'm just, if my delivery coming off a little too harsh, just put a 3 in the chat. But if my delivery is coming off right, then put a 1 in the chat. Because I don't want you guys to think that I'm negative Nancy or I'm over here literally doing this number. What am I? I'm not crying, no. I'm not crying at all. I'm just pointing out, if 2 + 2 is 4, then that's the answer. It's not 5, it's not 3, it's 4. And if people don't get it, then they just not hip to it, and that's all I'm saying. I got my brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us. Hey, some people got 10 grand, some people got 50 grand, but this is 100 grand with the plan, man. What you got for us, man, from the 201? You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
My brother, man, I totally disagree with you, man. 100%.
Hey, man.
I disagree with you.
That's what we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to have this beautiful back and forth, a healthy decorum, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't gonna come to Dallas and try to find you now.
Yeah. Hey, you like, we want answers, I want the truth. You can't handle the truth, But what do you disagree with me on? 100 grand,
Even though it's easy to find you now, being that Instagram got that little map thing, you need to fix that. But here we go.
Oh man, pull up on me, I do need to clip that, But go ahead.
Yeah, you need to fix that, man. You need to fix that. But all right. Back to the
Rex, Law, I know where you at, man. Yeah, I seen you, man. I'm going to expose you, Law. I saw you with Ashaniqua, Kiki. Do you love me? And I saw you the other night with Auntie. You had a pretzel move on her, bro. No doubt, man. But what you disagree with me on, though, bro?
Listen, man. Don't bring up Joe Burrows and the Bengals, man, when they was playing against third and fourth string dudes that ain't even gonna be on the team.
No.
They went out there and lit them boys up like a Roman candle. Now everybody talking about they going to the Super Bowl when they playing against third and fourth string people out there, man. Don't do that, Law. I
saw on the Eagles depth chart that they had Ringo as their starting outside corner on the other side of Quinyon Mitchell. And I said, man, come on, God. Life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Because I can only imagine if they keep Ringo out there. And I got my guy Mingo. You know what I'm saying? And Mingo versus Ringo is going to be a touchdown. And I'm going to say bingo. And that's a Jet 2 holiday. Because here's what I can say, though. If that happened, bro, if week one, if we got less than 2 weeks, we got less than 3 weeks, something like that. If I see Ringo out there, I'm sitting here, regardless of the situation and scenario, I know for sure Dak is going to throw for 600 yards. Then he don't have to play preseason game. I give you that. But dog, I just know that real bullets going to be flying, and Dak haven't played football in 8 months, man.
But listen, though, Law. We also had the Eagles. They went soft on their practices. They didn't play in preseason games. And what happened? Last year. So it's a damn if you do. I don't want Dak Prescott. Man, you're going to go out there, right? And you're going to hand this ball off 3 times, and then we're going to go off the field. What's accomplished in that?
Man.
What was accomplished in him just turning around, handing the ball off? Him going, dropping back, here go a little dump screen.
Because here's the reason why. You know how Joy Taylor hold on 100 grand. You know how Joy Taylor built, right?
Yeah.
She top heavy, nothing at the bottom. That's how the Cowboys built. The Eagles stacked top and bottom, so they can have that sacrifices of not playing X, Y, and Z. Boy, we have Booth out there, man. We be having people out there that look like they can be working for Uber, Lyfts, or Eats, or what have you. We don't have the depth part that the Eagles have. So that's the reason why I got to give a little grace to the Eagles. On top of that, they just won the Super Bowl.
I'm talking about last year before they won the Super Bowl, Law.
But they still stacked. They just not top heavy. We just top heavy, bro. We all chest, no legs. I never
So
seen
I'm
it.
not. I'm just talking about. I'm talking about everybody else going out there and playing now. I'm just talking about we don't need Dak to go out there and play. I don't want to see CD and GP. I don't want to see them. I want to see Flournoy.
Who do you want to see?
Flournoy.
Who do you want to
see? Mango. I want to see Flournoy. I want to see Mango. I don't want to see Turpin out there. I want to see Jalen Tolbert out there. Those boys need to be out there, man. I don't want to see Turpin out there. I don't want to see CD. I don't want to see GP. I don't want to see them boys out there. All our running backs need to be out there. Every last one of them need to be out there.
So you using the Eagles as a warm-up game?
Listen, Law, we're gonna beat the shit out the Eagles. I don't even know why you even talking about the Eagles like they. Come on, Law. Come on, Law. That's a common opponent.
So who do you want?
That's a common opponent.
How many quarters? How many quarters you won't see Joe then? And Will Grier.
I want to see him the whole game. I don't want to see Will.
Wait a minute, you only got 3 quarterbacks, and at this
I
time,
don't
in these next 3
Will.
weeks,
I want to see Joe the whole game. Joe Milton need work, Law.
And what happened?
Because if Dak Prescott do go down, Joe needs some work. Everybody's saying Joe's improving. I want to see it.
Well, look, he is improving, and on top of that,
see it.
Well, you're gonna have a healthy dosage of it, and it's still, regardless, we can't run away from the immaturity of the 3-letter to 4-letter networks and some of our fans. Because they already going to declare and decree that Joe is better than Dak Prescott, right? And if you give Joe 3, they're going to do it. Yeah.
We know that ain't true.
Yeah.
Joe Milton could go out here in this preseason game and light it up. You know what they're going to say? Hey, man, Dak Prescott needs to sit down. Joe Milton just came out here and lit the preseason up. Wait, come on, man.
So let me ask you this. Do you want to see any of the starters on the defensive side? Because they look like trash can juice versus Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah. Garoppolo looked like he was Matthew Stafford against all defense.
I need to see the whole defense need to play. You want to know why? Even though they're not going to run everything. They're going to run vanilla stuff, but it's a whole different system with the defense. So I need to see the whole defense. And plus, we got guys hurt in the defense, too. We got guys hurt in the defense, too.
Instead of
be out there.
And look, bro, instead of being racist, you positionist, man. You're a positionist, man. You would rather see the defense starters out there, but you don't care about the offensive starters. You're a positionist, man. You're a positionist. You're a positionist. No. You're a positionist.
No rep. Booth don't need no rep.
Booth need to be sitting beside me doing the content, you know. You mean to tell me you mean to tell me you couldn't do what Booth did? You couldn't do what Booth did. Move out here, turn it. Hey, Booth need to be my co-host on the play-by-play.
This is where we hold on. This is where we fight.
Gilmore not coming, so Booth need all the reps he can get, man.
Hey.
Gilmore not coming.
No. You talking about you need to see Booth. I need to see him on the sideline with me. Hey, when they say David Mulugeta is all about being greedy, yes, he's being greedy because Booth is under his contract too. So David Mulugeta.
That's money he got to recoup.
People fail to realize Booth agent is David Mulugeta. That's the real troll right there. I said, man, how many lives he got? And then when I saw 20, I was out there. You know where I was at with the players in VIP. I saw 25. I said, man, I know he done heard what I said about him. I feel so bad, man. Kavontae Turpin. He saw me. Kavontae Turpin. He fast. That boy saw me because right before I went out to Oxnard, that was the whole thing with him going 97 miles per hour, whatever, with the God's lettuce and everything.
Right.
And I guess I go around the VIP thing. The first person I see is Kavontae Turpin. Kavontae Turpin, you know how DB. Kavontae Turpin. If we need, dog, another DB. Kavontae Turpin got a real nice speed turn, bro. That bro speed turn, yeah. Kavontae Turpin saw the tip of my beard and he said, yeah. So many players be watching, man. Yes, indeed. And Carson. And Kalen Carson's, man, he saw me. He was like, man, there go that dude, man. I ain't fucking with him. But, man, oh, my gosh, man. But it is for what it is, bro. I just need to see my starters, man. For a series at least. Not a series.
Lord, man, not going up. All right. If another team is playing their starters and we can get a real representation, then I'm down for it. But I'm not down. Well, I'm not down because, Lord, what? You're not getting game speed when you got the third and fourth stringers out there. So now, but based off your logic, they used to playing against third and fourth stringers in the preseason. So we go up against the Eagles and we get smoked because the intensity ain't there because we thinking, yeah, these third and fourth stringers.
You ever seen, and we used to do this in high school. I didn't play in college, though. It's always a warm-up game, man. You know? Have you ever seen, like, I'll never forget.
Third and fourth stringers ain't a warm-up game.
When college football happened, there's always the Jackson State, my team, Jackson State.
The spring game.
The spring game. My Jackson State team will play like an SEC team. They're just a warm-up game. And they beat the dog breaks off of us. But the whole ideology is to get them ready and prepared for the season. I don't mind. I don't mind. Hold on. I don't mind, bro. 100 grand of all starters rolling out there against the Rams, against their second and third string, and get their warm up, get their feel good mojo movement, and all of that good stuff. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Law. I'm a roll tide. You know what time it is? Roll tide. We go up and we play Boo State and beat them 80-0, and then we go up against LSU and get smoked. Okay,
never that, man. Don't do roll tide like that, man. Who is Alabama playing first start of the season?
I gotta look at the schedule, man. I gotta check it out.
They're gonna have a warm-up game. They're gonna play some obscure team from the MEAC, and they're gonna beat the brakes off of them, and they're gonna be ready. But in closing, man, what else you got for me, man?
But nah, man, we don't need the preseason, man. Just get them boys ready for week 1, and we gonna beat the brakes off the Eagles. Like I said, man, we play Eagles and Giants is dubs, man. I ain't even worried about that. Those are the warm-up games right there. Eagles and the Giants.
You know what's about to happen though, and you can't run from it. 100 grand. You know what's about to happen. You know what that is?
What's that?
Damn.
This is what's going to happen, bro. Joe Milton is about to play against the Rams, and we about to see Jalen Cropper. We about to see Ryan Flournoy, maybe Kavontae Turpin, because they did mention that Kavontae Turpin will get some running back reps. That's crazy. They finna put him in the back of the running back because they got a thin running back room. He's finna hit some bombs, and it's finna happen. It's finna happen. You already know what I'm talking about, right?
But Law, ain't a 5th and 6th wide receiver slot open.
No, they got to break that pool stick, man. You got Trayshawn.
That's
Holden,
so what you saying?
Mingo.
So they need to play. Those wide receivers, they need to play. Who gonna take that spot?
Who gonna take that spot?
I'm putting you on the spot.
No, you're not putting me on the spot because at the end of the day, we know that there's a arm wrestle struggle for that last spot on this team. But at the end of the day, we need for these guys, Lamb, Pickens, Cavante Turpin, to be all on the same page.
No. I said who going to take that spot?
We don't know. You got 3 weeks.
No. You said you knew who going to take the last spot.
I'm trying my best to kick Jalen Brooks off of it. But it's going to be probably a situation and scenario that Trayshawn Holden is going to fight for that spot versus Brooks versus Mingo. Mingo on his team though, by the way, because
Mingo
of the fact.
On the team. Mingo.
But Ryan Flanoy, I'm keeping leaving him out. Flanoy, Mingo, Cropper, and a person that got a
Mingo
slim
got a spot,
chance. No. I'm talking about
Mingo on this team.
Hold on. Trayshawn Holden, Ryan Flanoy, and Jalen Brooks.
Yeah.
Jalen Cropper.
Forgot about him.
And he can earn his freedom papers this week. This week he can run the freedom papers. Let him catch 2 touchdowns down the field, man. And shoot, he gonna have to do some evaluations on that. Yeah. And then to a degree, Josh Kelly, he ain't no one to sneeze at too, but he's been on the 3rd team, so Will Greer been throwing him the ball, so he haven't gotten a full opportunity at that. So we'll see though.
If he on the 3rd team, Lord, we're not gonna see him till about the 4th quarter though. You know that.
We'll find out, man.
Know.
That's why.
I don't know.
That's why.
But it's a log jam at wide receiver, though, Lord. That's what I'm saying. Like,
why?
Clear that up.
Why? Let me ask you this though. Before I let let me see who else. 205 on. Before I let 205 on, let me ask you this though. Why did Burrows play?
Because they haven't made the playoffs, Lord, in about 2 to 3 years, and they got embarrassed last year by only winning 4 to 5 games. I would want to play in the preseason too.
When the last time Dak played?
Oh, that don't matter. We at least made the playoffs when he won. We at least was 13 and 5 when he was out there.
Why is Pat
Burrows
Mahomes playing? Why is Pat Mahomes playing in this preseason game?
Pat Mahomes is playing because Pat Mahomes want to play. Look, my thing is this. If you play, does it really matter? And if you don't play, does it really matter? That's my whole thing, Law. The Ravens, they had that little run where they won almost every preseason game they played and still got bounced in the 1st round. So what we would be saying if we was the Ravens and we had that winning streak like they had and we got bounced in the 1st round, you would be sitting here saying, man, preseason don't really matter. It ain't about that.
I think the Ravens don't have a slow start like we historically be having since, But I get what you said, bro. I'm going to let this other call on, man. Let me hear you say it before I let you roll.
Pop out them Cowboys, man.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate my guy 100 grand. Even though, we disagree with who should play, who shouldn't play. But I'm just with the ideology. Give him a series or something. Let us see it, man, Let us see something versus going out there. And then I guess, we're going to say that joint practice was enough. That's not a powerful joint. In my opinion, it is not a powerful enough joint. But I got the 205, you live, from the 205, you live. Talk to me. Hello?
Star 6. Star 6.
Damn, 205, you live, man. You done muted yourself. Hold on. Let me see one more time. Yeah, we're going to swing back around to the 205. But I got from the 815, you're live. You're live, 815. Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, bro. Is this Brandon? Appreciate you.
This me, man.
What's good?
I want to do something really quick while I'm on here. Before you act like you can't hear me no more. What is your Cash App, Law? I want to do this right now.
Okay, it is Laws Nation. Make sure you put that S in there because if it don't have that S in there, it's going to go to somebody else. But it's Laws Nation.
Got your picture right there.
Yeah. Laws Nation, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah.
Let me make sure you get it before I go.
Okay, all right. Let me see what you got. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you said, the brother over here. You know what I'm saying?
Let me make sure you got it before I go.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah.
You got it?
I got it.
You got it?
I got it. You don't want people to know how much you sent it, but hey, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah.
But okay. Let me say this. I want us to make this clear. Today ain't gonna be the day because I ain't called in a while. I've been meaning to call. Law, I think they shadow ban you, but we can talk about that another time. But I'm gonna say this. In the next time I call, they're gonna have to get all these bars. But for today, I just wanted to shout out Law. I appreciate you. I appreciate all your content that you was doing at the training camp, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I really appreciate you. But the next time I call, I'm giving Dak Prescott everything he needs to know. Shout out to Law. Shout out to Law Nation. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I will be back. Peace.
Okay, all right. Hey, don't spoil me with a good time just to call in and send me a Cash App, man. Shoot, I'm still paying bills from when I was out there in Oxnard, and I really appreciate y'all so much for y'all support. It's not cheap, by the way. It's not cheap being out there, and I really appreciate you guys. Maybe I need to. Because the support wasn't as strong as it was in the previous years, and I get it. The Cowboys been on a downward spiral, but and then they snipped me because I couldn't go live while I was out there, so I couldn't give you guys the full Law Nation's report, especially when they was doing some of those drills. And it would have been dope if I was to go live and you guys were able to see a lot of things. So it was a lot of post stuff, but I really appreciate those who support the nation, and I get it. Cowboy Nation, the times are hard right about now. We are dealing in inflations, people losing jobs and stuff like that, and and then there are more and more people in this space, and you can't continue to give to this area and in this area and that area, so you got to pick your choice. And I really appreciate you guys for choosing me. But maybe next year, instead of staying 14 days, maybe we only do like 7, or maybe we do just a weekend or something like that. But overall, collectively, I really appreciate those who looked out for me, even some of the players that was out there to look out for me. But I got from the 409, then I got the 402, and then we try to get things going because I got a dip. But I got the 409 B-Bird. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's up, Law? How you doing, man?
Man, all is well. Can't complain, bro. Can't complain.
Hey, so I've been all for playing players in preseason. Not for a long time, but let me get a few reps in or whatever. And I'm more about it because I guess I'm a little disappointed because I think that it's a situation to where the Joneses make that call.
Yeah. Not the coach, but the Joneses make the call. Yep, you're right.
The Joneses are making that call because if you remember, it solidified my thought in that during the press conference when he kept on talking about the injuries and how many games players missed. So if they're talking about it in the regular season, well, they definitely don't want to lose players in preseason. So I guess I look at it, and Scott kind of helped me out today. Mm-hmm. But Scott said, if I felt there was a coach's decision to sit players, then I would be more all right with it. But we feel like I know that it's a Jones' decision.
Right.
And what that tells me is that because I look for things, I look for indicators to say, hey, this coach is actually, controlling this team. This coach is actually the focal point of the team and not the Joneses. Well, that tells me that the Joneses are still running things, right? Because a coach wants his players to play. want them to get acclimated. We're trying to change this culture to be a tougher culture. Putting people in bubble wrap and having, I remember a couple of years ago, we had these Doris Armstrong, where he can't play because, he's a vital. Come on, man. Some of these guys, you're not Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? And so
right.
we rest people, there's odd people, that's starters and stuff like that. But I think when we want to build a tough culture, man, playing football and saying, hey, man, we got to get out there and move people and hit people and get ready for the season.
Yeah.
And when they think about injuries, man, you got to look at this. Slater was injured in practice, right? The kid from the Chargers.
Right.
Diggs was injured in practice. Tyron Smith was injured in practice, man.
Not a game, practice.
Hey, it comes with the territory, man. You can get injured at any point in time, man. How many non-contact injuries do you see where a guy just running it? It happens. You cannot protect yourself from it. And you said something I thought that was so cool earlier. You said, sometimes I think when you're trying to protect them, you could do them a disservice. Yep. I really do think you can do that, right?
Yep.
Because if you're not used to contact, you're not used to hitting, and the other team is, you can hurt. You can get hurt doing that. You look at, and I'll say this, Law, I know you got a lot of people on, but look, Brady, Manning, and Mahomes played in the preseason.
Yeah.
So we talking about GOAT quarterbacks played in the preseason, man. Now, I'm not saying that every team has to play in the preseason, like
right.
Baltimore chooses not to play. But guess what? Baltimore has not won, gotten the Super Bowl, but we're never going to question Baltimore's toughness.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
We question the Cowboys' toughness because they're a corporate team. And so they need an infusion of a culture change. That's why, hey, the culture change would be, I know what we've done the last 15 years through the last 5 coaches because of Jones. This is the thing that's in between them. But this year, we're going to play, hey, and I know what 100 grand was saying, like, what difference does it make? It doesn't make any difference football on X's and O's wise. It makes a difference mentality-wise. And so what I'm saying is,
come on, keep fighting for me on that one. You hear that 100 grand? Yeah.
you get those guys out there and be like, damn, man, you got to play this football. You don't play football on the bench. You play football on the field. We're going to play. I'm not going to overexpose y'all, but let's get out there and hey, let's get a little run in against a team that ain't holding you up, that ain't bumping you. Somebody's going to actually tackle you. You know what I'm saying? Injury's going to happen either way. But like you said, once you start protecting yourself too much for something, that's the very thing that happens to you, man.
Yeah,
so, I appreciate that insight too, man, because I feel that way too. Probably no way to statistically prove that, but you're right. Once you start protecting yourself from it, man, too much, then naturally it's going to come back to you, man. I'm going to get off and I'll let you respond, brother. I appreciate you.
No doubt, man. And congratulations on your channel, man. I saw you doing that, man. Plug it, man, so people can go and support it.
Yeah. So it's B-Bird Cowboy, man, on B-Bird Cowboys on YouTube and on Twitter or X. But I'm just talking, Law, there's some things on my mind, man, that I want to get out, man. You know, I'm a passionate Cowboy fan, as you know. And I like to talk to not just regular Cowboy fans that just know the regular. I like to talk to the people that know the backup left guard and all that kind of stuff. I am a fan, and you are a fan too. So this community, that's what we are, man. And I love talking back and forth. I've learned so much from this community, changed my mindset on things too in this community, man. So it's been a blessing to me. Before this, man, I used to go on message boards where things evolved to Romo haters and Romo lovers. We got people way over here, people way over there, and it wasn't a lot of things being learned or good information being given back and forth. But in this community, man, there's a lot of respect being given online, everywhere else, and you know, we might have differences of opinion, but we can do that in a respectful manner, man. And I just like having conversations with people that have the same passion I have for the Cowboys. So if y'all get a chance, man, I got like 3 videos out right now. I'm going to continue. I got to learn how to do the production and all that kind of stuff. That comes with time. But I'm going to keep learning, man. Y'all keep dropping in. And I've had some strong support already, man. People, Cowboys Nation have opened up to me, man. And I appreciate it, man. I'm going to comment on all y'all comments when y'all comment to me. And I was telling Scott earlier, I thought I'd never be saying like, share, and subscribe. But that's what I'm saying now.
Yes,
so,
indeed,
hey,
man.
I appreciate you allowing me to plug it too, man. And
No doubt.
One day we'll probably do a show together, brother.
No doubt, man. Let's get it, man. Appreciate you, man. That's B-Bird, man. Good.
You take it easy, man.
Yes, indeed. He has entered the realm of a content creator. He's a CC now. Here's my thoughts. We all have different opinions, y'all. And I shouldn't go out my way of name calling or belittling anybody, right? And you guys shouldn't. Write this down. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. We're not trying to change nobody's thought tracks. There's points that I absolutely agree with 100 grand on, right? And there's points that I absolutely agree with my guy, B-Bird, on. And that's for what it is. I'm truly believing in Mississippi, when you riding a bike, you don't need no damn helmet. You riding a bike, you know what I'm saying? But there's some states that'll pull you over. Hey, man, where your helmet at, you know? And in Texas, I believe you can ride around, you know, without your helmet or what have you. It's your life, you know? But sometimes I think that this world, they want to be so precise and control so many things. You got to have a helmet on, shin guard, knee pads, all of this stuff on. Man, we used to play outside all day. Drink water out of a water hose, man. Let it run a little bit, let all the bugs get out. But nowadays, man, these new age folks, they drink water out of the water hose one time, their stomach about to bust. They got all type of new diseases and pass out and die, you know. But we grew up all day outside. It was a punishment being inside. Now it's a punishment going outside. It's just a change of the world. But as the world gets softer too, you know, we don't know what's real and what's fake. AI looking real. Y'all don't know if this is the real law or the fake law. This could be all AI. Y'all don't know. We are living in a simulation. You know what I'm saying? You know, who knows? Okay, somebody got me with this one. Gerald Jones says Texas has a helmet law, but age restrictions. Yeah, come on with it. Drank water out of a water hose as a kid. Yeah. But these new kids, man, shoot, they won't even put their toe in the water of a lake. They scared of this and that, mermaids and sirens and all of this stuff. No, we used to jump in a lake, water, and all of this stuff and wish a mermaid would come out of there, you know, and we'll give them 1, 2, 3 pieces, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just for what it is. I recall a time that we used to have 5 and 6 preseason games, and there were no crazy injuries like we're seeing now in this modern day time, that a player get his ACL, MCL, MC hammer all torn apart and they miss the rest of the season. Hamstring out for the rest of the season. That never happened when I watched football in the 80s, in the 90s, in the early parts of 2000. But now everybody, every year, you know, Florida has a no helmet law. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. But, yeah, now every time and every year we're seeing injuries out for the year. This player, you know, he just stepped on the wrong line or something, you know, but neither here nor there. And it's crazy, Cowboy Nation. Let me see if I can get another caller in on this one. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. I got my guy for the 205. Let me see if I can get back to you, man. 205, you live.
What's up, Long? What's up, Cowboy Nation? What's happening, Long?
Not much. Uncle Charles, this you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I've been up here
number.
battling with these phones. You know what? AT&T need to hire my ass because I keep messing with these phones. I tell you, man, when something don't work, it just don't work.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Long. I'm glad to hear from you, man. Every time I see you, and I've been trying to catch you, but my schedule kind of been up and down. I ain't been getting up till late. But every time I see you, I always pray before I go to bed that God will cover you with that armor. So you got to have that armor on when you leave out the door, because you never know what kind of enemy is going to attack you. So you got to be able to take them arrows, them rocks and everything. You be able to take that.
Yeah.
And, man, that's what I want to say to you. Let me tell y'all something. This contract with Michael, it's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. So I'm going to ask you, because you're a smart man, let me ask you something. Who is the employer?
Okay, Jerry and them, you know.
Okay, well, who's the employee?
Micah.
Case closed. I don't have to pay you if I don't want to. Let me tell you something. Micah is a great player. He will become a legend. But I swear for Lord, that what comes out of his mouth sometimes necessarily don't need to come out of his mouth. Let me explain something to you, Michael. You got a swollen head. That's because you're young. But the older you get, the smaller your head get, and then you won't say less things. Let me tell you something, Michael. When you go and tell Jerry Jones that really, I don't have to be the highest paid defensive player in the league. Oh, we can go ahead and get this contract done right now. And then when he got it done, all of a sudden, it was a problem. Why? Because you say something. You don't talk to a judge in court. You don't talk to a judge in court with your mouth. That's why you pay a lawyer to do that. This is what I'm talking about. You cannot do that. Then you say your back hurting. Okay, if your back hurting, man, I got a bottle of Bear aspirin over here right now. Hell, I'll give you about 14 to 15 of them when you take some for that back. But do not open your mouth. Just like Dak telling him, just like C.D. Lamb telling him, look, man, it's going to get done. But you can't. But let me tell you what's going on behind there and make it real quick. What's going on is that people is in his ear, and they need to get out of his ear. It's Micah out there is taking a chance with his life. It's Micah out there making those tackles. It's Micah out there, one shot can get him up out of here, and he won't have a football career. So leave whoever is in his ear, leave Michael alone. He's young, he got to learn, and he's going to learn when to say it and when not to say it. See, Michael is just like that female tiger went off into that brush. And them hyenas came out of nowhere. They jumped her. She sent out a distress signal. And all of a sudden, the female tigers came, and they scattered away. When they drug her back home, her hip was broke, back to their territory. And the head of the lions saw it. He was enraged. And he summoned every lion in the region. And they went down there, and they tore those hyenas' asses up. And you know why they tore them up? Because it don't make no difference how bad your ass is. You don't need to go get in a fight and you by yourself. I think you better go get somebody for you to help you. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes we can't do things alone. Sometimes we have to have, brother, can you help me? Sister, can you help me? And another thing, too, when you tell somebody that you love them unconditional. You don't love, so when they do something bad, I don't love you no more. That's part of it. I love you. Now, you messed up. You effed up, but I love you. But you effed up. This is what it is. Let me say this in closing. Michael got a good chance to make generational wealth. He's a great player. He's young. He needs to know when to say something and when not to say something. Jerry is going to pay him. But you know how Jerry is. Once that contract done, everybody going to be talking about who? Jerry. They're not going to be talking about Michael because who made it work? Jerry did. Who you play for? Jerry. Whose stadium is that? Jerry. So we love Jerry. And that's where it's going to be. So I'm going to say this in closing. I'm going to sing y'all on in. Oh, giving my all to you. Giving my all. Nothing else will do. Giving my all. Let me love you. Nothing else will do. Nothing else will do. You. And I appreciate you, Law.
Man, that's amazing, man. Oh, my God.
Yes, sir.
That's Uncle Charles, man. And y'all call him Uncle Charles Isley, man. That I don't see how anyone can come behind that one. Let's and I know we got 11 people in here. My apologies. I overran my time. I'm over 40 minutes, and I got a media day that I got to be at. But for those, I got you, Big Amish, Fargo, 202, Too Cool, Swayze. Appreciate y'all. I see y'all that normally call in. Bear with me, man.
Goodbye.
We can't have nobody to come behind Uncle Charles on that. And like I said, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. And he said something that resonated. That as you get older, your head gets smaller. Pause if necessary. But he was breaking it down to a fraction, like Parsons can't do all of this fighting by himself. And he got to know when to speak and when not to speak. And by him throwing out their ideology, that he is willing to play for dog food, right? And that he don't want to be the highest paid player in the National Football League as relates to the defense non-quarterback play, right? Pay. Uncle Charles laid it out correctly with the hyena story and the lion, right? And that story right there, boy, it is a real good one. Shout out to Big Amish too, man. Shout out to him. This was a real good show, guys. He's right. He's right, man. Dog, Uncle Charles right on that. We really want to see this team be successful. But do Jerry Jones want to see it? Jerry Jones want to be successful, but he want to be successful his way. Now, we got thousands of other ways that we can be successful and ideologies. And then there are blueprints on how to be successful in the postseason all the way through the Super Bowl, right? But Jerry want it to be done his way. Whew, there's some good words, man. This is chess, not checkers. And unfortunately, this is the situation and scenario that we all have to wait and see. I'm going to say this. Do I need to see a full game of preseason with our starters? No. I would love to see, this is just me, I would love to see a quarter. Just give me one quarter so that I know for sure that I'm identifying what I'm identifying, right? But these guys, the coaches that's out there, they get a chance to evaluate these guys day in and day out. My only thing is that the evaluation could be flawed to a degree. Law, what is your reasonings on that? Well, last year, when we were evaluating Jalen Tolbert, it was against Kalen Carson's. It was against guys of the likes, because I think Nashawn Wright was still there during that time frame. Bland got hurt, so we wasn't really getting a true evaluation, a placebo. So what people thought that they were getting out of Jalen Tolbert never exists. What people thought that what they were getting out of Jalen Brooks never really exists. Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. To get the full evaluation, you're going to have to put your starters out there. I don't know anybody who got more rings than Tom Brady. I don't know any starting quarterback had more preseason games than Tom Brady. I don't know, now that Tom Brady has retired and gone, I don't know anybody that's right now in the National Football League, present day, that's currently active, got more rings than Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes going to have his butt out there. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying that this is the damn recipe for success, but damn it, them two guys are successful. Whether it's team or individually, they are successful. Success is subjective. Let me say this again. Success is subjective. Most of you guys can look at me and say, oh, Law, as a content creator, you are a successful content creator. Comparable to who? Mr. Beast can put on a Cowboys uniform and a star on the side of his articles or whatever it may be. Just like that, he will be the most successful Cowboy content creator. Success is subjective, depending on which lens you look at it from. Not comparing myself to Mr. Beast. He's the first content creator to make $1 billion. $1 billion out of doing content. Law, what are you getting at? What are our measures of success? Is it being a healthy team? Is it going to the postseason? Is it winning a postseason game? Is it going to the NFC Championship game? Right now, you can't tell the Washingtons nothing. They made it to the NFC Championship game. They want to be crowned as the America's team because of that, right? Jerry Jones says, law is correct. If you have the mindset to lose, you lose all the time. That is success. Right? Yeah. But just get ready, Cowboy Nation. Allen Iverson killed practices. Talking about practice, not a game. Yes. Why not Charles Wilson? Boy, y'all killing it, man. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Let's continue to grind and shine. As we do have difference of opinions. Have your opinion, but don't have your opinion to have you or those convinced against their will is of the same opinion. Still, those type of things, we are not going to fight this and that, And as we continue to grind and shine, Cowboy Nation, on my way out, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys, Sports Talk, and beyond. I'm looking for my music. Bear with me. I had to clear out half of my files here because of the big size of some of those video footages. And one of the deals there was some of my music. So bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Let me see if I can get my music together. That's why I had to pivot a little bit on my Mando commercial. But appreciate you, Sanjay. States, the only way this team is going to be successful is to challenge Jerry. 30 years of being submissive to have gotten the Cowboys 0 Super Bowls / NFC champs appearance. Yeah. Oh, my God, you're right. You're going to have to challenge him. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You're going to have to go against the grain to a degree. Yeah, you're going to have to. You're going to have to. I found it. Appreciate y'all. Philly D. Appreciate your show. September the 4th, around the corner. And as they say, back in those days, I heard one song that says, Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Papa was a rolling stone, and wherever he laid his hat was his home. So on September the 4th, the Cowboys going to Philly. And we're going to let the Eagles know that Rain, Dakota Prescott, on his mama's birthday, I believe, is going to let people know who's the daddy. And he's going to let his hat down. And it's going to be his home. There's no doubt in my mind that we can be victorious. But for what I like to see is for us, ladies and gentlemen, to understand.
Montez, what is your profession?
That boy said it was the 4th of September. But mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. The mamas, boy, they ain't gonna tell them the truth though. Mama's baby, daddy's maybes, right? Boy, them women will go to the grave on some things. But I come here to tell y'all beautiful people, regardless of the situation, I'm the pappy. Jeez. Oh my gosh. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around this globe, ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices only turn them hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother our rival, brother Rover brothers. The morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those men you should never call a friend, because they bend the lies around the truth to meet their end. That's the reality of it. Law trolling. We will be truthful, law. You know, Gina said, Gina, we will be truthful. Yo, I seen a lot of Maury shows. Like, look at the nose, look at the nose, you know. In other words, look at the beard, you know. Boy, I'm crazy. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your mind for it, if you will simply go after this preseason game with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, let people know that there's no chink in your armor. Let them know that you destroy your opposition. Absolutely. You leave no one with the opinion or with the mindset that you are letting them buy freely. You don't give them the opportunity with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famine or fame or the sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty God, you will get it, Cowboy Nation. Stand tall or not at all. Fight, play through the echoes of the whistle. Let them know that when it's time for us to face physical form, let it be known that we are troublesome. And my foe make sure all your kids won't grow. Y'all gonna do this to me? Y'all see me putting that sweat, blood, and tears out there? Y'all gonna do this to me? I will have every Philadelphia Eagles fan and players playing football in Pelican Bay. Shoe program. Y'all haven't seen the fear and the wrath of all. Come on with it. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. We troublesome, baby. Shout out to you.
I wake up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell them run it up.
Tell them run it up, baby.
No sleep, no rest.
Come on.
Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage. Now my baby wants to hold me.
Don't hold me down,
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
Come on.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Can't call me lazy.
Put in my hours,
I put in some hours, baby. Can't find no one put in hours like I do.
MJ and
Law Nation, baby, come on, baby.
I wake up,
flex,
thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. rest. Might crash, might
Those
first die. Stretch. Tell him run it up.
Crazy.
No drip this. Tell him run it up.
This.
No
Come on, baby.
Rest. Might crash, might but first die.
Stretch.
Run it. Y'all gon' make me take that trip.
Philly. Come on.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Come on, Jerry.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried.
One
false move, find yourself, they getting buried.
Come on.
This with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Not me.
Some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Not mine.
I made a promise to her, swore
It's
that I would
football
change.
season, baby.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up
to my name, LAW.
I wake up,
Law.
down,
Nation.
no drip this.
Tell them run it up, baby.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might but first die. Stretch.
Come on.
Run it up. I wake up.
Law.
Down,
Nation.
no drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might but first die.
Stretch.
Run it up.
Come on with it, baby. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and being part of these conversations. Thank you, Jay Lombardi. Ice cold. What's colder than cold? Ice cold. Come on with it, Cowboy. Philly D, appreciate you. Let's go. Let's get it. Seabass, my guy David, Sadiq Charles, NJ the Rebel, Seabass. I see you. Come on. Christian CPF. Halle, hey, come on with it, hallelujah, appreciate you. Pittman with the situation, T-Jack. Droco, come on, baby. Albert, appreciate you. Verde. Gina with the J and Gina with the J. Shout out both of y'all. Hit you all alone. Jerry. Jerry Wayne. Sing it, Jerry. Play a tune. I follow wherever you go. RogueShop. Be sure to participate with RogueShop. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, Duck Tacos brought to you by Jerry Wayne Jones. Mr. Soulful, appreciate you. Man, let me get some oxtail over a bed of rice. Put extra gravy on mine, baby. Side of mac and cheese, double starch it. You all alone. Danger. Let the street light. I need you. Seabass, what's good? What she do? Oh, my bad, wrong song. She swallowed. Oh no. Whatever you do, play it too.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Raccoon soup, baby. Put mixed vegetables in mine, though. Come on with it. Let me get some mixed vegetables and some raccoons. Until next time, DC for life, not for short. Peace. We about one love. Let's get it.